Well, hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here. Welcome back to Wargame Red Dragon, Pearl of the Orient campaign. We're continuing on then here where we left off. We've got a little bit of a naval conflict going over here just outside of Sai-Kung at Naval Sector Lima. Additionally, we also have a battle at North District that's pending. Both battles have to be completed here by this turn. Turn 2, just to kind of go over some things. So we have Lantau Island, we have Hong Kong Island, Kowloon, Tucson Wan, and Sai-Kung bringing in income. Additionally, I'd like to use these Commando Regiment Marines to float across the ocean and get to the Zayong Peninsula here, where we could get 5 extra points. It seems to be lightly defended by just 1 unit there at least, so it'd be really good to capture that. Alternatively, I also want to keep my flanks well defended too. We don't have any defenses here at the airport, so it would probably be best for us to send something back at some time. Probably not now, but it's probably best to keep everything where it is just for the time being. If anything, we'll need some extra infantry there. Speaking of infantry, we do have Princess Patricia's regiment here for the Canadians for 20 points, but of course we have none at the moment, so we'll need some extra points before we go on with that. The Anzac has brought in Armored Regiment, Light Horse Battalion, and a company of artillery as well. That'll probably be most likely delivered via the ocean, so only Hong Kong Island could be defended by that. Additionally, we have units here at Tucson Wan that I'm going to go ahead and move up. We got these Light Tank Battalion and logistics company, and the reason I'm moving up there is after kind of peeking at everything, we do have a Chinook company there. So supplies all around for the major front, but of course, like I had said, the enemy's probably going to flank us. In fact, I see a Marine regiment right here, so why wouldn't they attack our flank here at Lantau? And there's probably another one planned here just in case they get through Lima. So we can obviously only attack one of these at a time, and if we're attacking in force against these numbers here, we have a ton of muskets, Shantaos, and Munas. That's a deadly combination. So I do have a plan here, though, for this map. We haven't fought on this yet before, but we have already fought naval battles many times before in the campaign, and so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna try something that I've been thinking of for this battle after kind of looking at the map, so we'll see if it works. Who knows? But anyway, let's begin the Naval Sector Lima operation, and we'll see how we do. Again, if you enjoy this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend. Keep the great game. Let everybody know about it. Spread the word. And do all those good things. So we got a Type 21 over here at Sector November. We're going to move that over to Sector India. Now, as you can see, we own every sector on the map other than one, and Naval Sector India that has an extra 8 income points for us, so that's fantastic. Unfortunately, as you saw, the enemy has about 1 billion muskets, and those are going to be a no-go for taking out in the open ocean like that. It's just basically going to end in death for us. So my plan was, looking at the map, you can see Naval Sector Mike is here, and it's separated by kind of an island, a few islands here as well as one there for Naval Sector India. These two sectors can't directly shoot at each other, so why not get these ASM ships to come to us rather than taking them out at a great distance, which is exactly what they would want. We're going to try to sneak some units over here between this canal and try to have them all drive down the middle. Now keep in mind, some of them may spread out, and we're not going to be capturing any of these other sectors, unfortunately, because we need a concentrated force to take them out. So here's what we're going to do, or here are what my thoughts are. Now, I'm coming into this with a little bit more thought, because after the previous 2 campaigns and after kind of being more of a veteran of how the Chinese act, and knowing that they must attack in great numbers in order to make any sort of progress, that's exactly what we need to do to stop them, is to basically let an unmovable object hit a unstoppable force, that kind of thing. So what we'll do is we will need a greater number of Type 21s, and this is a British, I guess. I don't know exactly the class of this, if it's a frigate or if it's a destroyer. Oh, you know what? Actually, it is a frigate, of course. You can see there. Too bad I can't, but you can see the FF. So it's basically an AA frigate that also has 4 radar-guided Exorcist missiles, the MM-40 Exocet, also known as the Exorcist. So we've got a 4,450-meter range cannon on it, which is really what I'm looking at. Now, here's what I want to do. So these Type 21s are going to park down here all by themselves, And when the enemy muskets and other units pile into this canyon here, we're going to unload it on them one at a time when they come out. Additionally, these Cham-Suri or Cham-Surais are going to fire here, and they're going to stop every one of the missiles by basically providing, when the ships come out to here, or over here, or even if they attack from here, the missiles that come in will have to surpass this Cham-Suri defensive line. Now, what we want to do is we want to have as many of these ships out as possible because, one, they're extremely valuable, and two, ships, when you call them out, come out one at a time in a slow parade, and we don't have that kind of time. At least I'm guessing the enemy's going to go straight for the heart because they have less points than we do, but we're both in the blue when it comes to morale points. So here's what I'm going to do. Separate Force A from Force B. Type 21s are going to sit here on their own. They're going to try to lure the enemy out. Hopefully with the 8 additional points, we'll spend them on Type 21s until we have enough, which is all of them. And additionally, we can also use our Tornado Generation 1Bs. And also we do have Harrier Generation 3s with the Sneb rocket pods. At least it could stun. But anyway, let's see how it works out. So I'm going to put these naval groups into sections 1 and 2. By double tapping the number 2, you can follow and zoom in on everything. Actually, ooh, wow, tapping 1 kind of zooms in a little bit. Alright, so hopefully they fall for the plan. If they come over here, we're going to kind of be screwed. But to be fair, there's not much we can do to stop them other than following along with the plan that I kind of just laid out. We don't want to be too far away from them either because they may come around the bend, and that's something we don't want them to do. Of course, the the AI will cheat. They're going to come around the corner and know where everything is, so that's just their nature, and so be it. But we also have a brain, unlike them, so we're going to play intelligently. Looks like we have a Luda here. It's got to be going towards Naval Sector Oscar. No big deal. They're basically wasting one ship, or pulling one ship off the battle line to go capture Naval Sector Oscar. It'll make it a bit tougher to beat them the next time, but there's no way I can sneak around all those muskets and go kill their command ship, at least not until later. So we're going to beat them here by getting the hell out of the way. Yeah, what's up? I know you're coming. Alright, let's know what group is which. 1 and 2. It looks like another loot is going to Sai Kung. We can kill those ships, but we'll need more tornadoes, and we also need more Type 21s in order to fight this force. Cham-Surais are already firing. Let's make it so they come up to a roadblock now. They're going to fire their ASMs. That's really the only weapon these muskets have other than CIWS, and look at that, they're just getting popped right away. Shantaos are mean bastards. Oh no, here comes a ton of that CIWS, or missiles that we really can't block. Look at all that. Doing a good job to block them. Type 21 will stop there. Cannons are firing right out the gate. Unfortunately losing a lot of Cham-Surais there. Probably 4 or 5. Let's give them another target. We're chewing through them pretty quick. Gonna need another ASM plane. They're starting to take the flanks. Alright, we'll back up now. We've kind of attracted their fire for long enough. Time for the Type 21s to steam into the battle. Come on now. We'll buy ourselves another aircraft and we'll go for the double as soon as they're both ready. Alright, we're almost there. And go. Trying to kill these Shantaos because they pose the greatest threat to our aircraft, or to our ships rather. I'm gonna call these guys off. We'll try again. Losing one Type 21 there. Wow, Tornado was shot down. That's absolutely shocking. Look at all those ships there. Alright, fire everything at the Luda. Another Type 21 down. They're going to run out of supply eventually. Another Type 21 down. I tried to keep these Type 21s sort of in a line. In order to defend them as best as I could. Enemy aircraft coming in now. We got a Luda left. Didn't do too bad for the numbers that we had to kill. This is going to be, you know, obviously they're trying to clear the way for their marine attack, and they definitely need it in order to try to capture our flanks early. We're going to go ahead and finish this Luda off with an ASM. A couple ASMs. 17 points left. If we can get another Luda kill. So those chams really, real sacrifice there that we had to do in order to block all of those muskets. Otherwise, we really would have been pushed out of the battle. Gonna go ahead and fight the Luda again, so he can go right ahead and fire all that he wants. But he ain't gonna stop that. There you go. So I would have wanted to do a lot better there. A lot of this is RNG. You know, there was kind of a random number generator on where those missiles were gonna fly. So given the fact that we had to fight against all those numbers, that actually ended pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised if they move more ships into the area after this. Alright, so next thing we want to do here is send over some aircrafts for support. We're going to send over a Phantom to the North District. I also want to look here, Tornado Generation 1. Cluster bombs. Going to be pretty effective fighters against, I'm assuming a lot of what we're going to have is tanks, and we don't have the best tanks to fight them. So North District, I'm also worried about the new territories, but they haven't yet attacked there. But that attack is coming, and the center there is heavy tanks, and there's going to be more right behind them. So let's do the North District next, and looks like it's going to be hopefully a pretty easy win for us. Nice cohesion as well. Let's launch this battle. Still thinking about that naval battle, though. You know, there's a lot I could have done a little bit better there. I'm kind of disappointed I took so many losses, but again, against those great numbers, we will falter if we don't thin the herd, and that's exactly what we're going to have to do here on this second run through. Knowing the enemy, they're going to try to. They'll know where the command is. So kind of, it's funny. It's like wherever you're basically putting down a "Hey, come attack here" marker. Oh, I didn't need those two. And so doing that kind of makes things a little tougher. I doubt the enemy will have good AA here, which means our planes should be pretty effective against everything they've got. So what I want to do is put down forces to delay them, make them pay, make them be delayed, and we can use our aircraft primarily to slow them down and stop them. So I'm going to use a lot of the Fusiliers, the Fuses, to try to slow them down. So I'm basically going to try to delay as much as possible, get them to stop, get them to, you know, travel on main roads and try to fight us on the ground in towns and thin out their numbers. Meanwhile, we'll call in cluster bombers. Danger close if we have to. Luckily, cluster bombs not so deadly to infantry, which is a good thing. We also have SAS, Milans, and Gurkhas that are all in helicopters. I wish they weren't, because if you call them in close enough, they almost immediately get shot down. The AI will immediately target those. The same with like any hardened ATGM position, they will find those right away and target them. So we're going to try to slow down enemy tanks with Chieftain Mark 10s. Extremely effective tanks against those. In fact, let's take a quick look at those. They have a 50% hit rate on the main gun. That's just incredible. And that's really what you need here in order to beat the Chinese. You need to pump out shells, and you need to land a hit every time. Otherwise, you're not going to have a good time. So let's go ahead and lock it down with, well, you know what, they're going to call out aircraft the moment I try to use recon. So let's try to put down sneak recon. You know what, they're going to see it. Everything I feel like they're just going to see it. So we'll put down recon there at the front. We'll put down some additional tanks here if we can. I need to be able to see them through a second wave. We have a scimitar here we can use. All right, well, we'll throw in some reinforcements a little later. Hopefully these tanks, the reason I'm putting them here to repair is because I'm sure there'll be wave after wave. The enemy will probably attack the New Territory and Tucson Juan entrances first. One, because it's the closest here on the left side, and two, because they only have to cross bridges here. Meanwhile, here it just seems like they have to cross two sets of bridges to get to the mainland. Their main target is down here, of course. So let's go ahead and hit run. Let's hit launch battle. Let's see what happens. Oh, see tanks right off the bat. So let's get these fighting vehicles right off the road right away. And have them hide in the back. Target VF. By the way, if you zoom in, you can just target those specific units like that. And one last set of units there that we want to target. Alright, I'll bring in reinforcements if and when possible. We have a huge clump there. I'm going to just wait till we get our income. Purchase our first Tornado GR1. And as soon as they stop, that's when we're going to pop. In fact, we can call them out now because we know damn well they're going to stop any second. Pressing F to make them target the ground on this occasion. Oh, here we go. I hope I corrected that in time. Boom, baby. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, 30 men had to lose their lives to stop, you know, half of Chiang Kai-shek's army. But luckily, we only have to destroy... I shouldn't even say Chiang Kai-shek, but Mao is no more. No Mao. No Mas. All right, we have 811 points to score still. So let's see if we can hit another group of them while they're on the bridge. Just here. Fusiliers are going to take a beating, but really their sacrifice will not be in vain because seriously, those troops who had to die in those villages pretty much thinned out the herd and is going to stop enemy morale here. Alright, let's see if this GR1 here can land a good hit. A little too late, actually, on that. It might be some damage or a panic, but no kill. Get these troops in there. I forgot all about them. Alright, we're going to go for tanks again. Looks like we're landing hits over here with our Chieftain Mark 10s. Fusiliers are really taking an unfortunate beating here. Looks like the computer actually has captured a Delta. See if we can find that command. Cluster bombs take quite a long time to repair. And it looks like these bastards are trying to target us with Q511s. They may actually kill these chieftains. Their own cluster bombs. Didn't have enough points at the time to counter that. We were 3 or 4 points short. Enemies flanking around. Luckily we can just stop them. Oh, I don't know if we killed anything there. I'm going to just move our command to the other side. And the remaining tanks there have been wiped out. Enemy tanks are retreating. So we've taken some unfortunate losses. You know, in this situation, losing one tank is like losing 100 for us, and that's just really shameful. But it has to be done. Looks like the Fusiliers here are getting taken out too. There's the command there. Go ahead and land as soon as possible. We're going to go for that command instead. or even these recon units. Actually, let's just bomb these. Get rid of the pressure on our Fusiliers because they're going to have a lot more coming at them. We got Chieftain Mark 10s that are going to spot targets here in a second. And let's go for this ZTZ, or the ZZ Top 59. Oh no. Okay, so you got Q511s coming right in on the Chieftains. Don't know how their recon can see those. Looks like we vanished at the last second. Alright, we still have quite a few units to destroy here. Hopefully these chieftains can take out the oh, they're trying to make their way around. Come on, another cluster bomber. That's all we need here. Alright, perfect. Alright, so we should have enough to call in and stop and drop them. Just keep the bombs falling right in front of them if they advance. Always update that position until the moment that bomb drops. Never trust the computer to call in a strike, because if it engages its cloak, meaning if it disappears for a half second, the computer forgets exactly what it was supposed to be doing. Q511's coming in again. Chieftain Mark's 10s are in risk. Unfortunately, those bombs have dropped, and so have our chieftains. Those units can be regained. We can refit and rearm ourselves. But Chieftain Mark 10s are pretty big losses. 2 units there destroyed. Okay, so morale ended up pretty well there that time, actually, compared to what we took losses on. It would have been nice to destroy that command on the other side, but I don't think we were able to get to it. So we'll go ahead and launch the end of that battle, and so we can't bring our aircraft anywhere else. There's no other units we can move. We can have these commando regiments embark, but unfortunately we've still got an enemy navy in front of us, and we've still got enemy marines that may try to land. So if we're out at sea, we're not going to be able to block them. So it's only a dream for us to capture those areas. So we can retreat. There's a few things I do want to do. Speaking of retreating, heavy tank battalion is a no-go for retreat. Light tank battalion, that's something we may want to move back to base. We do have Royal Hong Kong Regiment, which I'd like to pull back and use for cover. We do have Marines coming in, so it probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Links 3 with those as well. So it's going to be tank on tank action here. We have logistics, we have AA, we have heavy AA, close recon, and light tanks. So that actually should help to defend that area even better than infantry would. Meanwhile, we should have our infantry here ready to counter anything that comes to Lantau Island. So we shouldn't get flanked. We'll stop the enemy before they even make their attack. And until next time, this is Raptor reminding you to keep the password and pimpan strong. We'll move on to turn 3 after this. We'll see you guys. Bye.